Ralph Transvat to you and I probably also know him from NE, by the way. And he was a featured artist in the spotlight. Remember, this happens every Monday, by the way, in the 4 o'clock hour. Clearly went into the 5. Who do you want us to feature? Just go on to Spice Drive, okay? And the hashtag would be Spotlight. And then next Monday, it just might be your person that we are highlighting on the artist Spotlight. Goody, goody. Thank you, Ralph. Listen, I want to know why is Timothy saying keep a dog and instruct it to chase her on sight? Chase who? And why is a dog pound involved in this story? Well, I'll tell you what. This is because it's Monday, and Monday in the 5 o'clock hour, it's all about Tharon of Kuongea Kiwase. We call it Monday prayers. You survived the weekend. Friday came and went. So did Sato. So did Sunday. And then here we is. So in this particular time, you congregate and then you discuss, you deliberate how the weekend that was and the Monday that is. Mm-hmm. All right. You ni Kuongea Kiwase. And we're here in the studio, so we want to do that, by the way, because obviously you've got myself, you have
DJ Lorc,
and indeed
DJ Ceda.
They are in the studio, and let's talk, guys. You know, you've got yourself, you're stuck between your Lorc, Lorc. Yes, between Lorc and Ceda, a rock and a hard place. Yes, between Lorc and Ceda.
Yeah, okay,
that's
okay.
And you don't know, and then maybe where hauna kikao ambao unaweza kuenda kukaa alafu kuongea na watu. Share with us so that we can share with you. How do you share, by the way? Just get on to SpiceFM KE. The hashtag would be Kwach's Court. And speaking of which, listen, tomorrow is Tuesday.
Yes.
And tomorrow I want you to join Jimmy and Locke here because Wakili comes in on Tuesday. So do you have yourself that legal matter and you're not too sure whether you should go to a lawyer for a lawyer to hold brief for you? Locke has got a lot to say, for example, concerning Nani's hype man. Tomorrow, please make sure you ask Wakili because he'll be here, and it's pro bono Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. It's legal Tuesday in the 5 o'clock hour tomorrow, so make sure you join Advocate Eliud Ngugi, and if you've got a story you want to ask him, a legal question, because like I said, this is his pro bono work for you. That is his for the week. He's going to be here tomorrow. Get on to Kwach's Court. The hashtag is Legal Tuesday. Then Jimmy and Locke will sort that out for you tomorrow. Speaking of sorting it out, why is Timothy saying get a dog? Well, because somebody has written in and says, hi guys, my next door neighbor and I have been in a heated feud for the past few months, and it's really starting to get out of hand. It all started when I decided to plant a hedge along the property line to add a little more privacy to my backyard. Well, apparently my neighbor Karen took offense and felt like I was encroaching on her side. She stormed over one day and demanded that I trim my hedge down to match the height of hers. Now, the reason I grew my hedge a bit higher than hers is because I used to see her husband watching my wife when she's in the garden. Yes, we live in a very leafy Nairobi suburb. The guy is a creep. Should I snitch on Karen's husband to her or get her to get her off my back? You know, these are, like you said, somebody wrote there that these are suburban problems. These are rich people problems. Do you know, like the neighbor, another neighbor now on the other side, he's got a tree that is starting, and I only noticed this last week because the rainy season has come. It's starting to touch my power lines. I'm not going to ask him diddly squat. Do you understand? I'm going to trim I'm going to trim that thing like I'm trimming pubic hair. Quick, fast. Do you understand what I mean? Why ask? There's some questions you don't ask. Because if it's encroaching in your side of, on your property line, what are you asking? Cut the damn thing. If somebody's hedge, basically, it gets too long and then it starts leaning over to your side of the street. Is that a question you're asking anybody? Unakata.
But this case planting though, he's trying to bring
I decided to plant a new hedge along the property line to add a little more privacy to my backyard. I get that, right? But goes on to say that Karen, the neighbor, felt that I was like encroaching on her side. Where are you planting from? So you're planting on your side.
Yes.
So unless it's, because now if it's gone so high, you know how obviously things start to it gets branches and to shrubs.
Especially if you're trimming your side.
Thank you.
Go to the other side.
So if it leads over to the other side, trim the damn thing. But that's not the question here. I think what her issue is that, the neighbor's husband is freaking out. But if you start saying that, by the way, I grew this because your husband is a freak, imagine that you're starting Vietnam for nothing.
I was just about to ask, why is the husband being dragged into this story again? You're planting a hedge, Karen has a problem with it, you're going to drag the husband who's just minding his own business.
Wow. You guys, that is when you can say things that you will not be able to take back.
His only crime is to have his eyes.
Let me tell you guys a true story. I had a neighbor, this same neighbor I was telling you guys about, the guy who fair cut the fence. Who cut the fence. A few months later, his daughter died.
Oh no.
Pole sana. My first instinct was to tell him, you know what, God is trying to. I insulted him. I was about to tell you. I think I told him, you deserve that.
You did?
In a heated argument.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I still regret Parker right now when do you guys, come on, man. Come on, breathe.
No, bro. No.
We're that neighbor now. He left.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You still talk?
He left. And then, I deleted the number. Sorry, not I deleted the number. It was on the other phone. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Yeah. The phone that was taken by the owners.
All right.
But you see, my point is, when you start being nasty to your neighbor, you will not live in harmony.
True.
And the worst thing you can tell somebody, especially when it's two women, and then what if this woman is not married?
No, Karen is.
No, I'm not talking about Karen. I'm talking the person who's written the story.
This is a guy. This is a man. Because he has a problem with Karen's husband.
Looking at his wife.
Peeping at his wife. Thing is, I don't think he's supposed to be.
So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Why is Karen the one in this story and the husband is not the one who's? That's just me being extremely sexist.
No.
We're not talking about peeping Tom.
Yeah. So this because when it comes to gardening, like honestly, seriously, hey, yeah. But to be honest, when it comes, it is. I see. Maybe if you've got green fingers, do you take care? Are you a shamba person? I am.
Yeah, I am. Back at home.
And yourself?
He said there are people for that.
We've employed you guys.
Okay, so let's start with you.
Employers.
Yeah. I know you guys are good at it, so maybe not. I'll seek your services.
Okay. Be careful, by the way, because one day when we'll come to your... Do you have goats?
Many, yes.
Oh, I like this. Do you keep cows?
Of course, yes.
They will grow legs, by the way. That's what you guys. I've ever stolen a goat from somebody's compound, by the way.
No.
Hey, the things that I done in my youth, I'm telling you, by the way. And we enjoyed that damn thing.
Kwach, don't write a book. Just write a series of books. You can write a book. It's a series of books.
Advise this person.
I strongly believe that neighbors are family. Back in the day, your neighbor is your rela. Now we're in the city.
That. Man, dear, yes.
Yeah. So now in the city, things have happened. I don't give my personal experience. Things have happened when I moved in. You're fighting with your neighbors.
Right.
Then, like you've said, an incident, someone loses someone.
Right.
Then we come together, and then you come and realize there is no reason to fight with your neighbor. Okay. That's your first line of defense.
So what advice are you giving here then, brother? Aside from don't fight with your neighbor, that ship has already sailed.
Just cut the damn thing to whatever height that person wants, and make sure your wife is decently dressed, and it's okay. Ni macho tu anaangalia.
So how do you make? So this guy should go and tell the wife, listen, madam, when you are there going to the garden, please wear an overall.
No.
Yes?
There's one for gardening. You know that
one, yes.
That
wear an overall, and she'll ask you, why?
So that you don't
She'll ask
get
you,
your
"Why?"
clothes dirty. Even how you don't indulge her.
Okay, thank you. Because if you tell her it's because of the neighbor, that's opening.
No,
right?
Okay. You're avoiding. You're like Kofi Annan. You've come to because it's your neighbors.
Yes. Look.
Yeah.
Is you know what Ceda said? It's all about Nyumba Kumi.
Yes, Nyumba
Good
Kumi initiative.
neighborliness. Yes. And then what are you talking?
I'm saying this guy needs to move out.
Come on.
Because one, I don't think he needs to be in that estate. Kuna mentality flani, the mentalities that you would expect with the people like us.
Stop.
Look, what if they bought a house?
No,
I mean, sure.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No. You built a house for 15 years.
You're
Just
jumping
to
the
move after a year.
You're jumping the gun.
No, we just ask you questions.
I am coming to that point. Reason why I say I don't think he belongs in this neighborhood is because the way he's talking and the way he's reasoning,
He's a DF.
he's he's more like he needs to be in my neighborhood.
District focus for rural urban development.
Exactly. Listen, he says he's building a hedge to stop Peeping Tom from looking at the wife when they're doing gardening. So this wife is a housewife. She never leaves.
Thank you. I mean, like this guy, how bored should you possibly be? Then you're standing somewhere. I'm assuming you see, like he's there on the balcony. Then he's looking at let's call the guy George.
Yes.
Okay.
Or Tom.
Let's call Peeping Tom.
Tom.
Like that.
Yeah.
So he's like, Tom. What is Tom doing? Okay. Tom, maybe I see him there with two binoculars.
Yes.
This says, let me focus on what Tom's doing. But
Looks at Tom.
Tom looks like, he's looking to a compound.
Tracks too.
Yeah. And then, then you may cause a kitu cha kufanya. Okay, maybe it's like me, it's because I'm not like allowed to smoke inside the house. You see what I mean?
Yes.
So maybe just there on the Tunani.
Yeah.
So that was just one time he catched it going on. Then it's like, Allah. Kube's looking at my, I'd actually, you guys, I'm very proud when people look at my woman.
Exactly.
There we go.
That's the point now.
Yes. Well, what about yourself, brother? You look at me like I've said something very stupid. You don't chest stamp when guys look at your mama like the picture naked.
I've already gone to legal Tuesday. I plead the fifth.
Sorry, look.
Yes,
my moral compass.
Yes. Hey. If you have let me go the Bible way. Nobody lights a lamp to hide it under the table. So if this is a light, it's supposed to be seen by everybody. So if your wife is actually beautiful and you believe that you married the right person,
in fact, give your neighbor a ladder.
Yes. Invite them over so that they can have up close and personal. Second thing, this guy doesn't believe, I don't think he trusts in the wife.
Yes.
Just because Peeping Tom is looking, does that mean anything?
Hey.
That's why I say this guy is not supposed to be living here.
But
he was married into this neighborhood.
I see.
He didn't.
He married up.
Yes, he married up. He doesn't come from this kind of neighborhood because these are things that you will find Paipu and no disrespect to Paipu and this is so Islando. And if they're actually living in leafy suburbs, and then the fact that he has to say yes, we live in a leafy suburb. Those who live in leafy suburbs like the two of you don't need to shout.
Wait, how do you know, Lorc? Why are you making noise?
I love it.
Exactly.
So listen, those are our thoughts. 0719012600. Lorc says, maybe you're in the wrong area code. And then Ceda, you said?
You must keep good neighborhood.
You must keep good neighborliness. Well, now what's your take? Get on to SpiceFM KE. You'll start dialing that number 0719012600. Hey, should this guy snitch on his neighbor's husband to get off his back? Share because we care. Jemo, we'll talk to you next.